Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now we're going to have a really nice show today. I've lined us up 4 alternative bands to check out. It's going to be a long one, but I think it's really going to be a nice show. The reason we've got this stuff on the channel today, we was meant to have this stuff on the channel on Friday. These guys skipped the queue and made a Friday submission. But this is what happened to me on Thursday night. Got absolutely wrecked by a mosquito, stung me right on the corner of the lip. I've still got a bit of a bump there now, actually feeling it. And yeah, he absolutely wrecked me. All of my side of my face swelled up. It was really quite painful, actually. And I just said to these guys, sorry guys, no show today. So we'll put them on today, but because of that, I've lined us up 3 other bands who we haven't had on the channel before and sound really high quality to go along with these guys so we can get a really good listen, and there's a really nice show on the internet to check out these kind of bands with. Says here though that this is their final single from their Elements of Humanity EP, but they've got 2 more EPs coming out this year, so we'll have some more stuff from these guys soon, hopefully. This is one of my favourite alternative metal bands that we have on the channel. I just think they're super high quality. I really like the singer's vocal style and tone. It's really nice, and they just make great music with a thick, chunky sound. The band is called CONTRØLLER, and the video they've got for us today is called Quicksand. Let's give them a spin.
They filter through and consumed by the pain I've hid for so long, destroying me.
Cool. Yeah. Nice vibe on this one. That bass sounds great.
Depleted, withdrawn and dry, glistening water dancing.
Really dynamic track.
In the light, an oasis of tease to bend my sight, reaching for solace while I'm by my hands, praying improve my luck to gain strength to stand.
Man, those guitars come in chunky.
Like memories fade, so has all died. Like memories fade.
Is that the end of that one? Man, that could have kept going and going. I was just absolutely loving every second of it. Such a great dynamic track, such a great vibe to it as well. Man, that one was dope. The bass on that one, that's as good as bass can sound. Had a grizzle to it and a bit of dirt, but still a nice clean edge to it as well, and a low end kind of scoopiness to it. Man, it sounded so dope. It sounded so kind of sassy and dirty in the mix. Man, really made a nice vibe. Worked with the drums really great. The drums are actually really sick in this one as well. Lots of just extra little frills kind of stuff. I really love to hear that as well, especially when you're working with the bass and you're getting that bass and drum vibe and combo coming across. Man, so dope. And then so dynamic as well, starting to bring in the guitars wailing and building into the chorus. And then when those chunky guitars came in, man, it just totally changed the whole vibe of the track from that undergroove, sassy vibe with the bass and the drums to just thick and chunky, heavy guitars coming in. Man, they just kind of went chunk straight into the mix and just filled it out massive. Really sounded dope. Love the vocals again for this one. I think the guy's got a great tone. I think it just sits in the music really nice. Just really nice tone on the mix. And I actually really enjoyed the video for this one, even though it was only a visualizer video with the kind of stereo waves coming across. I thought it actually really accentuated the music in a cool way. And I enjoyed it a lot. So I thought the video, even though it was quite simple, was actually a really great video to go with the music. You know, when you see the pulsing on the stereo, that's why I like to have it on the screen on this. You get a visual representation of the sound and it all goes together, you know, it all goes in hand. So I thought that worked out really, really well. I think these guys are just a sick band. They're one of my favorite alternative metal bands, and they're one of the two primary, these guys and Bleeding Sun, who I'd love to put on a show together. We haven't managed to do that yet, unfortunately. Maybe we'll do that with their next release, hopefully. But those two guys have shown me that alternative metal is sounding better than it ever has, heavier than it ever has, and the mix complements it in a way that it never has. It just sounds absolutely great. But these bands have still got a lot to offer. They're moving it on. Just great music. I came from alternative initially, and man, this stuff's making me go back. Absolutely love it. Now, what I've done is lined up 3 other bands who are alternative metal kind of bands that we can check out today, but they're all new to the channel as well, because since I've been getting into alternative metal again, I've been keeping my eye out and looking for bands to put on the channel, especially since I've found out about CONTRØLLER and Bleeding Sun, where I've realised, man, there's underground bands out there that sound better than any alternative metal that's ever come before, you know? And I think we've got 3 nice bands as well to give a spin today. The first guys we're going to check out are called Broken Side. Their track is called Cartographer. Let's check these guys out. More nice bass. Cool. Nice sound. I love all the extra spicy bits on the drums in this one. Doing a great job.
This place. Keep overthinking until there's nothing left to take. Before I lose my sight, as you stare into the sun, far away from what's become. Will you continue to break the ties, or find the peace that hides in you?
Cool video. Nice solo outro as well. Don't hear that as often as we should. I always mention it when we do hear it because I love a solo outro. I think it's a great way to end a track. Don't pump it in as the middle eight and so, you know, the standard format. Bring it in towards the end of the track and let that be the outro. I think it's a great way to do it. The only other thing I'd say is just leave a bit of vocal as well over the solo, and then you've really kind of tick the boxes for me. That's what I really like to hear. Man, I thought these guys were great as well. Another great high quality video. I like that. It reminded me of those kind of, you know, kind of survival games and that, where you got to go around kind of finding all the bits and bobs and then you come across someone else and they just shoot you straight away in the face. Yeah, I thought these guys were great. I like the layered vocal for the chorus, sounded really nice. The solo was great, weird and different, not just shredding out in a normal way, which was cool. And again, towards the end of the track, which was great. Love the drumming in this one as well, and he had a nice kit and looked cool on the kit. But just working the hi-hats, again, doing cool extra beats, that big long roll down the toms that he kept bringing in, just filled out the sound even more stuff to listen to. Sounded great. So yeah, start checking those guys out more, bringing them onto the channel, because, man, I'm just really loving this alt metal sound. Sounds great. These guys are called Prison. Their track is called The River, and again, a nice high-quality official vid, which is a thing you get out of these bands as well. One thing I will say about the alt metal scene is the bands sound great and all the rest of it, but actually they're coming through just high quality all round, with a high quality mix, high quality video, and just the whole package, you know. These bands are good to go, and if it was the late 90s or the early 2000s, man, they'd just be good to go. Geffen would be all over them. Prison, The River, here we go.
a keeper. No one can stop the river. If you hear me, I'm done. Take me home. If you hear me, I'm done. Take me home.
Absolutely loved this one, man. That was such a great sound, such a great vibe, such a punch and a chunk that came in the music. Love the vocal on this one. Rough and gravelly and shouting out. The lyrics were really great as well. Lord, if you hear this, please take me home. And the way that his voice was kind of really brought that across as well. Man, I thought these guys were really, really great. I love the chunk and the fatness on this one, and it was the way it was doon, doon. It just really came in so hard and then just pulled itself out. Get another really dynamic track in that way. Such great drumming, such great bassing again, and that vibe of the drums and the bass rolling around the toms coming through. Man, what a great band. We'll definitely be checking these guys out more in the future. Superb. The last band we're going to check out are on 666 Mr. Doom, which is a great channel to check out music on. This band is called InTechnicolour. The track is called The Wave. Let's finish with these guys. Great videos as well out of the bands. Love that. Here we go.
Stop me when I touch bone. Leave me when I hit a nerve. I'll be clothed in stars.
More great bass tone, man. That's all the bands.
When will I begin to do the things I do? My head is filled with scars.
Loved it, man. I absolutely love music videos. And when you get a superb music video with a superb track, it's just so much more than listening to the music on its own, or just, watching a show or something like that, watching something. It just comes together so great. And I just really get into it so much more. And that's why we're not just, listening to music, just the audio on this channel. We're making a point and kind of complaining when bands don't have music videos, although I don't really put on anything that hasn't got some kind of music video nowadays, because, we can do that. But man, it just comes together so great when you've got a superb video and it goes with the track, and the music. It's like the music accompanies the video in like it would in a movie or something like that, and it just takes everything to the next level. Really, really enjoyed that, and a massive smile on my face all the way through. Just a great video. Looks like those guys are from the UK as well. Doesn't say here on their channel. But yeah, that was all in the UK, so I guess that was from the UK. Really, really nice. Man, I knew when I lined up these bands today, I wanted to do Controller proud and put on some really high quality bands so that we could go with them, so that there's a video on the internet that when people check out, this video, they're coming across 4 really nice bands to get into, and they go, yeah, all of those bands are really nice. We can just get into them. And there's just opens the door to this kind of music for you. You might not have come across it before. You might already really like this stuff, but not have come across these bands. And hopefully this video will just open the door to 4 really great bands. You've got loads of music that you can listen to. And, just this one video has really kind of filled your time with stuff you can do with bands that you can go off and listen to and enjoy their music and enjoy their videos as well. Man, I just think all the videos today have been really great. Even just the visualizer ones have come across and it kind of complemented the music in a really great way and just taken the whole thing to the next level. Really great. I got a real buzz on after listening to these bands. I think we've got 3 new alternative bands that we can check out now on the channel that we know are high quality. And whenever we get this stuff through, we've got some bands on the back burner who we know we can dip into and get some really nice videos and music from. But yeah, that's it from me today. I hope you've had a good one. I hope you've enjoyed these bands as much as I have and got a buzz from it and all the rest of it. We'll be back tomorrow. We've got Ethan back on the channel tomorrow from Controller 8. And man, that kid is just making some of the dopest music ever. I cannot believe the music that's coming out of such a young guy. So tune in tomorrow if you want to see a one-man band who's doing something that's really going to surprise you with their sound and the matureness of their music. It's really, really interesting stuff. Hope you have a good one today, guys. That's it from me. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.